Good morning. We are here today and thinking about this time of year, this time of transition, the ending of an old year and the beginning of a new year. This we do each year, and not just by adding things to our to-do list, but by coming together to lean on one another, to feel the human emotions that accompany transition, and to be kind to ourselves and to each other. We are sad to share the news that our dear member, Ronnie Arend, died on Friday. She was at home, surrounded by family, after having been amid the music making of family and friends. We sang Blue Boat Home, we sang Spirit of Life, we sang Meditation on Breathing, we sang Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Ronnie will be buried this afternoon at 2 p.m. at Mount Ararat Jewish Cemetery in Lindenhurst. All are welcome to accompany Ronnie's family in their grief. And all are invited to wear a pink scarf. Will you please rise with me and with, thank you, Sandra, to honor Ronnie, our sister and friend.
We light this flame
As our fervent plea to brighten the dark corners of our hearts.
We hold this flame,
For in it is the promise of warmth for souls grown cold in loss and despair.
we kindle this light,
that we might continue to find comfort in its warmth, strength in its light, holiness in its presence.
we follow this light,
that it might illuminate our search for purpose, for meaning, and forgiveness.
we light this chalice,
knowing, even as this sacred spark of life will be extinguished in the ensuing darkness, in its light, Rani's light will still burn bright with all the memory and hope of its all too brief flash across our lives. We light this flame of life, of love and truth for the divine promise of healing hearts. Please be seated. I'd love to invite Dana to come forward.
Good morning, everybody. The Board of Trustees invites you into the fuller life of this congregation. If you'd like to know more about our congregation, you may speak to me or a minister, or go to our website, or see the membership committee volunteers at the welcome desk in the lobby. Our congregational life is full of opportunities for worship, music making, lifelong learning, service, and camaraderie. Today is the final day to reserve a place at our New Year's Eve gala on Tuesday night. Please see the congregational calendar on our website. On Friday evening, we begin a First Friday practice of walking the labyrinth by candlelight, beginning at 6:30 p.m. Speak to Reverend Olson with any questions. And next Sunday, please be ready to attend a congregational meeting after the morning service. At Shelter Rock, we aspire to be a loving religious community where we grow spiritually and build a more just and joyful world. You are welcome to join us on this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. I'd like to invite Sandra Hazel Frank to light the candles on our Hanukkah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of all, who hallows our mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the Hanukkah lights. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of all, who performed wondrous deeds for our ancestors in days of old at this season. Please rise in body and spirit as you are able to sing hymn number 221 in the gray hymnal, Light One Candle. The lyrics will also be displayed on the screens.
Light
Please remain standing. We're going to say together the words and song of affirmation of our congregation. I remind you, when you say these, you're making a promise to yourself, to each other, to our children and grandchildren, to the whole world. So say this with a full heart and full lungs. Take a breath. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need. This do we affirm and covenant with each other. From all that dwell below the skies, let songs of faith and hope arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung through every land, by every tongue. Please be seated.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moon and like suns, with the certainty of tide, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakening by my soulful cries. Does my hauntiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from the past that rooted in pain, I'll rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide, leaving behind nights of terror and fear. I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise, bringing the gifts of my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Oh my Lord, what shall I do? I'm so glad that trouble don't last always. I'm so glad that trouble don't last always. I'm so glad that trouble don't last always. Oh my Lord, what shall I do? Somebody's calling my name. Hush. Somebody's calling my name. Hush. Hush. Somebody's calling my name. Oh my Lord, what shall I do?
I'm so glad I got my religion in time.
Hallelujah,
I'm so glad I've got my religion in time.
Oh, glory,
I'm so glad I've got my religion in time. Oh my Lord, what shall I do?
What shall I do? Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Oh my Lord, what shall I do? Soon one morning, death come creeping in my room. Soon one morning, death come creeping in my room. Soon one morning, death come creeping in my room. Oh my Lord, what shall I do? Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Oh my Lord, what shall I do? Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Oh my Lord, what shall I do? Hush, hush, hush.
Each Sunday, we take a special collection to address human need. During this holiday season, we've been supporting the Interfaith Nutrition Network. The IN has been committed to serving hungry and homeless Long Islanders since 1983 with dignity, respect, and love. Our Unitarian Universalist congregation at Shelter Rock has a long-term relationship with the IN. Our members have been cooking and delivering food to IN shelters for 3 decades. You see on the screen ways to give. Use the QR code in your order of service. Give by PayPal, by check in the collection box in the main lobby, where you may also give cash. And you may go to the UUCSR website and use the giving page to set up a one-time or a recurring payment. While you are making your contributions, I see your phones out and your pens working. Kristen will play our offering song a few times, gently. And after a moment, I'll ask you to rise as you are able, and we'll sing and dance our offertory song. Hopefully, you'll remember, and if you don't remember, you'll catch on. How's that? harmonize with me and sing. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Thank you. Please be seated. Somebody's calling my name. I asked you to consider this morning. Somebody's calling my name. Who is it? You might ask, who's calling my name? Well, we can get all kinds of speculative about such a question. Mysterious, philosophical. Is it my conscience? Is it my destiny? Is it my higher power? Could it possibly be God? Just a moment ago, our quartet addressed the question in a beautiful arrangement of an old spiritual that emerged during the period of slavery in our country. And while people held in slavery have the capacity to be philosophical and speculative, there are some who would argue that we almost have to get very concrete in asking that question. Concrete and pragmatic. Hush, hush. Somebody's calling my name, and I'm not sure who that is. Could it be a member of the master's household, knows my name, calls me to behave, maybe to come back when it appears I might be straying? Could it be Harriet Tubman, or someone who works with her might know my name and know the way out? Does it speak with a Quaker accent? Or is it just the wind? Whoosh, whoosh. Hush, hush. You got to be quiet so I can hear what's being said, so I can know who's calling my name, so I can make a decision how to respond. Now, I might take a moment in my listening to philosophize just a little. Soon, some morning, death come creeping in my room. Life is precious. Life is sometimes brief. Maybe this is the moment to seize. Maybe this is the moment when I will leave and find my way toward freedom. Maybe I can be free. Do I have the strength? Do I dare? I'm so glad, got my religion on time. The religion of this character, this community's religion, has been assembled from truths taught by ancestors, passed on through the Middle Passage, and somehow confronted by the unusual religion of the Master's house, that religion that taught us about Moses. Moses, who led his people out of slavery. Moses, who led his people toward a promised land. We say Harriet is our Moses. I'm so glad, got my religion on time. Might even change the melody a little bit. I'm so glad, got my religion on time. Oh, I'm so glad, Gotten my religion on time. Oh my Lord, what shall I do? Now, when this song gets published by positivist, optimistic, Unitarian Universalists, they're going to add some verses like, sounds like freedom, somebody's calling my name, or maybe something like, sounds like justice, somebody's calling my name. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. What shall I do? Hush. Got to get this right. Hush. Listen carefully. Hush. I'm going to invite us to take a hushed moment of meditation and moving. As Kristen plays the piano, I want to offer just a moment for you to come forward and light a candle. I'll ask you to think about who's calling your name. I ask you to think, too, about how you trust what you hear, how you prove it to yourself. And after we've had a chance to light a few candles, we'll segue into Spirit of Life. Please come forward as you will. And we'll remain seated. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. One day, Father came down to the dinner table. It was just before Hanukkah. He had a big smile on his face, and he spoke to the family and said, "Guess what? Bubby's coming all the way to Los Angeles from New York for Hanukkah to spend the holiday here with us. Isn't that wonderful?" And Father, well, he burst into song. Bubby's coming to Hanukkah. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Oi, Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Well, you know Mother. She got very excited when Father sang, and so she joined right in. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Oi, Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. And then all the children around the breakfast table, all of the children joined in too because they got so excited when their parents sang. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Oi, Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Well, Father said, he put his hand into his pocket and took out some money. "Come here, children. Mother and I would like to give each of you some Hanukkah geld, Hanukkah money. I know what you're thinking. Why so early? It isn't even Hanukkah yet. But this money is not for you to spend on yourself. This is money for you to buy something nice for your Bubby. Now, of course, this is in addition to all the wonderful things that you will make for her with your very own hands, but Bubby always gives such nice gifts. She will be happy to receive gifts from her grandchildren. Sarah," he said to his eldest daughter, "this is for you." "Thank you, Father." "And Jacob, this is for you." "Thanks, Pop." "And Miriam, this money is for you." "Thank you, Daddy." "Don't lose the money." "We won't." The children ran to their rooms. The next day, Sarah went to her favorite place in the whole world, which was the garden. She began to think about the gift for Bubby. "I wish I could pick some of these beautiful flowers, orange snapdragons and purple pansies, and give them to Bubby. I know she loves flowers and nature. But fresh flowers, they never last very long. I have an idea. I could give her dried flowers, and they would stay so lovely and continue to be as fresh as they are when I buy them." So she ran to the flower store, and when she got there, she said to the lady behind the counter, "I'd love a bouquet of dried flowers. Those up there, see? Those colorful roses and daisies. Yes, that's it. And can you wrap them in some fancy paper?" She carried the flowers home, skipping and singing. "Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Oi, Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Oi, Bubby's coming for Hanukkah." While Sarah was in the garden, Jacob went to his favorite place, which was the woods. He looked around at the trees and felt the crunchy leaves beneath his feet. "What can I buy for Bubby?" he thought. Then he felt a cold wind blow, and he got an idea. If I'm cold here in Southern California, what will Bubby feel like back in New York? I will get her a shawl to put over her shoulders. So Jacob ran to the store and said, I'd like to get a shawl for my Bubby. That blue one over there is nice. Blue is her favorite color. Can you put it in a Hanukkah bag, please? Thank you. Jacob held the bag in his hands, and all the way home, he sang, "Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Oi, Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah." Oh, I love the harmonies. Miriam didn't really have a favorite place. Every place for her was her favorite place. like the garden, yes, and the forest, and even the ocean side. I don't know what to buy for Bubby. She thought about Bubby's warm hugs and wonderful stories. She could hear Bubby's laughter and taste her Hanukkah cookies with the candy sprinkles on the top. As she was walking along, she heard the song of a bird. She looked up, and there she saw a bird sitting in his nest, her nest, its nest. She got a great idea. I will get Bubby a nest for Hanukkah. I love birds' nests, and I bet Bubby will love a nest as well. And she thought about it for a minute. Well, maybe not. But that nest is just like a basket. I could buy her a beautiful basket, and I could fill it with lots of her favorite things. So she ran from store to store. I'd like to buy that big yellow basket hanging up there. Yes, that straw one. Would you like to put it? What would I like to put inside? Let's see. My Bubby likes these things. Nuts. No salt, please. She's on a low sodium diet. And chocolate. Those chocolates look just great. Oh, and how about a dreidel? So she put those in the basket and ran then down to the grocery store. May I have some potatoes and onions? They are for my Bubby to make latkes. And then a gift shop, just 2 stores down. One Hanukkah candle holder, please, a Hanukkah, and a box of Hanukkah candles. Bubby will be so excited. I can't wait to give her this gift. And you know what she did as she walked home. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Oi! Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. Bubby's coming for Hanukkah. On the way home, Miriam saw a mother with 5 children. They had their hands outstretched and begging for food. You look so hungry, she said to herself. Here, children, take some chocolates and some nuts. And mother, please, take my potatoes, take my onions. And the mother and children said, thank you, thank you. And Miriam felt so good inside as she saw the children smile. She started walking home again, but she stopped when she saw a blind man who seemed lost. She helped him to find his way, and as they walked, she started to talk with him, and he said, I remember Hanukkah from my youth, but how can a blind man celebrate? Here, Miriam said, take this Hanukkah, feel its lovely shape. And these candles, when you light them, you'll feel their warmth. Happy Hanukkah. So with her basket, she walked some more, and she saw an old woman carrying a large bag, and the woman tripped and dropped the bag, and all the contents fell out, and Miriam ran to help her. Oh, thank you, said the woman. You remind me of my granddaughter. I wish I could see her this Hanukkah, but she has forgotten me. Here, take this dreidel. The letters on it are Nun, Gimel, He, Shin, which stands for Nes Gadol Hayashim. Nes Gadol Hayasham. A great miracle happened here. Maybe a miracle will happen here for you. Maybe you will see your granddaughter after all. Bye. And Miriam was left on the street, and her basket was empty. And she began to cry. Because I gave away all my special gifts. At last, the day of Bubby's visit arrived. Father picked her up from LAX, and when she stepped into the house wearing her blue jogging suit and her new white tennis shoes, she looked at the children with open arms and said the same thing Bubbies from all over the world say to their grandchildren. "My, how you've grown!" Then she gave each of them a red kiss on the cheek, the sign of the Bubby. "I'm going to freshen up while your mama finishes making dinner." It was time to say the blessings, and in the flicker of the Hanukkah lights, Father gave the children that look. "We have something to give, Bubby." They ran to their rooms and returned with their hands hiding something behind their backs. Sarah stepped forward. "Bubby, I was thinking of how you don't see flowers growing outside in New York in the winter. I thought you might like these because they will last till spring. Here, Bubby. Happy Hanukkah." Bubby took the bouquet of dried flowers. "Oh, Yeshunta, how lovely and so thoughtful. These flowers will remind me that even during the darkest part of the year, things bloom and there is new life. Thank you." Mwah! The big red sign of the Bubby. Jacob came forward and said, "Bubby, here. This is for you to help keep you warm. I know how cold it gets in New York." He handed her the shawl in a blue and white gift bag. "Oh, my Jacob, it is gorgeous, and my favorite color, blue. It will be like a hug from my grandson when I wrap it around myself. Thank you." Mwah! Big red sign of the Bubby on his cheek. Miriam came shyly forward. Her head was hung low, and silent tears streamed down her face. "Bubby, I brought you this basket, and it was filled with all of your favorite things for Hanukkah. But on my way home, I saw this mother and her 5 children, and they looked so hungry, I gave them my nuts and chocolates and the potatoes and the onions I bought for you to make latkes. Then I spotted a blind man who was lost, and when I helped him, I gave him a Hanukkah and some candles because he said he no longer knew how he could celebrate Hanukkah. And then I saw a Bubby like you who dropped all her groceries. I went to help her, and she said I reminded her of her granddaughter that she wouldn't see this Hanukkah. I gave her the dreidel I brought for you to bring her a miracle, to see if she would see her granddaughter after all. Oh, Bubby, I am so sad. All I have to give you is this empty basket. Happy Hanukkah." Bubby got a big smile on her face. "This basket isn't empty. This basket is filled with more love than I have ever seen in one place. I am going to bring this back to New York and fill it with lots of goodies, chocolates and candies and cookies, and then I'm going to give everything away. And I'll fill it again, and I'll give everything away again. It's a bottomless mitzvah basket, a good deed basket that keeps giving and giving. What a wonderful gift. Thank you. Mwah! Mwah! She gave Miriam 2 red signs of the Bubby, one on either cheek. The three children were delighted that Bubby liked their gifts, and Bubby was thrilled to receive them. I have these beautiful flowers to remind me of springtime, this shawl which is like a warm hug from my grandson, and this mitzvah basket. I am a lucky woman. And so they all sang together. Bubby came for Hanukkah. Bubby came for Hanukkah. Oi! Bubby came for Hanukkah. And we all had a real good time. Happy Hanukkah! This week marks a special confluence, the fixed holidays of the winter solstice, Christmas, and the holiday of Kwanzaa, celebrated in some African American communities, are joined this year by Hanukkah, the commemoration of the rededication of the temple. All of these are festivals of light, and we ourselves open our ceremony with the lighting of a chalice, and we lit candles to remind ourselves of who we're listening to and what commitments we're making as we go forward. All of these festivals of light, all these recognitions of light, are met by the moment when we extinguish a flame. We do so confident that a flame yet burns in each of us, a flame that promises that the light of truth, the warmth of community, the fire of commitment, we will carry them in our hearts, in our actions, in our relations with one another. And so we do. For those who are interested, in a few minutes, those of us who have been trying since the winter solstice to burn a corn mare, a grain mare, but we've never had the right conditions because of wind and things. Today is a good day to build a fire because nothing's going to get caught, right? So you can join us outside on the patio in about 15 minutes. If there's something that you would like to tie onto the mare, she likes to be decorated, and we're putting on little tags that say the things we want to leave behind from last year and the things we want to commit ourselves to in the new year. You're welcome. It's out in the lobby. And let's sing together about moving into the new year, as if hearing someone calling our name, as if following the Moses that we are confident of, as if relying on our connection across generations, even as we remain one people, to go together toward the land where we are bound. Hymn 1018 in the teal, the lyrics will be shown on the screen. Dancing, I'm wondering what's going on. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound. Education. So follow me. Step, clap, step, clap, step, clap. That's how you learn to clap on the upbeats. Okay, it's real simple. You have to do it with your whole body. That's the problem. And some of us like to keep everything like this, but no. There'll be freedom. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. Where I'm loved, where I'm loved. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm loved.
in that land. There'll be justice in that land. Where I'm bound. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land. Where I'm bound. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land. Where I'm bound. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land. Come and go with me. Where I'm bound. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Please be seated.